All right, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
That's right.
You.
Thanks for joining us.
How's it going? How you
Oh,
feeling?
I'm so excited. I'm so happy right now.
So I believe it.
We don't have any prepared questions, but we just have to ask you. I mean, so you knew the roster of Ymcmb as we came into it. There's been a little bit of controversy over it, the players that they have, professional paid players. And, you guys just put your all into it. I mean, what was your thought process when you knew Henderless was, well, actually Korean Air was already out. And so you knew Henderless was going to be coming out against Henderless. So did you give him a pep talk? Did you give him some energy drinks of some crazy kind to be able to get him ready for that?
Yeah, well, going into the match, obviously we're already pretty pumped up after beating Complexity and coming back from like a 2-4 situation. That was really super intense and a huge motivation for us going into the final match. We're actually down a couple of our regular players for our lineup, so going into the match we didn't know how we'd do. We just figured we'd try our best, and then Korean Air, who hasn't done too well in the beginning of this league, came out and did really well and surprised all of us. So I know that motivated him big time, and just seeing him be able to take out players like Hendrilisk and Drunken Boy in a big match like this was really inspirational.
So I got to ask a follow-up question to that. Can you give us a little bit of a storyline as to Korean Air's transformation over the course of the league here? Because I mean, you said that he wasn't performing well at first, but suddenly now he's taking out some of the top players that were in the entirety of the league.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really a good explanation for what happened. I mean, it was almost like day and night. And when I say he wasn't doing good in the beginning of the league, that was more up until he played tonight.
Wow. So somebody got him a bottle of Mike's Magic Stuff from the movie Space Jam, and he was able to kind of perform off that, maybe.
Martin, it was awesome. Go ahead.
I have to know. We saw Korean Air initially do very well, and then when he came out in the match versus Ymcmb, which hands down was the most feared team in the league, he was pulling out some really heavy stops. I have to know, did his mom make him mow the grass?
Yeah, actually she did. In the game against Complexity, after I think he went 1-1, and then he went AFK for about 45 minutes and came back and saw that we had won, and he let us know that the grass was cut.
Yeah, for those of you that are unaware, we did have a little bit of downtime between games because Korean Air's mother was asking him to go mow the grass while he was up to play matches against Team Complexity Academy.
But luckily, she was able to stave off her needs for just a little while Korean Air played his match, and then subsequently went and mowed that grass. So everybody's happy today.
Yep. So after Massa came out and won, you decided to bring out Semper against him. So what was your thought process in that? Did you know his TBT was awesome? Did you just know he was an all-around good player? I mean, why did you pick Semper?
Well, Semper's been one of our core players and the ace in a lot of our matches, and he has been a little bit inactive, so it was kind of a gamble. I mean, when he's on, he's really on, but he has school and stuff, so he's been, like I said, he's been a little inactive. Previously, his TBT was always top-notch, and we could always rely on him, so it was amazing. Definitely going up against Massa is obviously he's a very tough opponent, and for Semper to take him out in match point on a weird map like the beach map, whatever it's called, that was definitely that was definitely really cool to see.
So how are your fingernails? Are they all bitten off, or?
Yeah, I lost them after we went down 2-4.
How are the tips of your fingers then? Because I mean, that final was way more intense than the 2-4. I mean, that was a great comeback, and Semper really proved himself there, if nowhere else. But then having to go up against Hendrilisk and then Massa immediately after, I can't imagine the tension being higher.
No, I mean, it was definitely up there. I was on the edge of my seat, and I felt probably like what a soccer mom feels for her championship.
That makes a lot of sense.
So,
I think everybody on our team was pretty nervous. The nerves definitely came in, and that was just for the observers. So I can't imagine what Korean Air and Semper felt going into those last 3 games.
oh
Sure.
man,
So,
absolutely.
when you guys were playing, were you on TeamSpeak or anything, or in contact with each other, or were you just chilling on the stream watching?
Oh, of course, we were on our team Skype together.
Okay.
And that's where we were chatting and trying to strategize what we were going to do, the maps and players we were going to pick, and things like that.
So I know that move where it was right at the start of the game versus Massa. Semper, he's on the low ground and he does that lift up onto the ramp and starts moving into the natural. And my girlfriend, or my roommate and I, we were both staring at the screen, screaming like little girls at the screen. Like, was there similar reactions to type? Like, I was screaming. He's such a brilliant player.
Yeah. I was definitely screaming. I don't think I really said anything really coherent. I just know I made a lot of noises and probably squealed a little bit. And it was when he pulled that move, I was like, he was just on his game. He was one step ahead of Massa the whole game, and it was amazing to see him play that well.
Yeah, and you know the questions are just flowing, so hopefully you have a few minutes. But
I got all the time in the world.
especially after this, right? So
I won't be going to bed anytime soon.
in the match against Complexity, you played from behind. So you know the weight was on the shoulders of the man who came out and won that for you. I mean, we were talking about it the whole time, the pressure that must be on him, having to come out and know that he has to win 3 in a row in order to continue. So you did that, you overcame that, but then in the next series you actually get ahead. So how do you, as a team, as a captain, talk to your players differently when you're in a situation such as the Complexity match, coming from behind, and not just a little behind, a lot behind, to playing ahead and staying ahead?
Really, it's kind of the same talk. The key is to just have the players, they need to stay focused and stay in their game and not think of their next opponent or their previous opponent, or the team that's coming up next, or whatever. They just need to play in the here and now and play their game, hit their builds, hit their timings, not get supply blocked, and definitely scout really well. There's a lot of cheeses that can come out in games like this, and especially on maps like the water map and even Phoenix Cluster, people don't play it, so there's a lot of hidden spots that you don't regularly check.
Yeah, I was one thing I was really impressed with is the spidey sense of both players on that one base in particular on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
Massa would move out and Semper would be right there.
And vice versa.
To mine it and vice versa.
Yeah, it was. I was just praying and crossing my fingers that Semper would keep that base checked. That was really Massa's only way to mine, because Semper had him choked out the entire game, except for maybe the first 8 or 9 minutes when the Hellions were in front of his base. But if that had gone unchecked, then he was able to just mule the whole time, and it could have been a totally different game.
Absolutely.
Any more questions, gentlemen?
Well, I just got to know. I mean, after this, I've got 2 questions as to what's next. Clearly, after this, you're going to be doing some kind of champagne shaking. Do you plan on doing a better job than DreamHack did?
MLG.
Without a doubt.
I see what you're talking about. Sorry. Ignore me.
Just don't stick your pinky too far in there. Obviously, we have the World Finals coming up next, where you'll be playing the winner from the European bracket, and we wish you the best of luck.
ESC Icy Box, by the way.
I'm sorry?
ESC Icy Box is the winner of Europe.
All right.
Formerly Core Play.
So that will be the matchup that's coming up to determine the world finalist and the winner of the 5 keyboards. But even beyond that, what's next for your team after SC2CTL?
We have a lot of stuff coming up. These next couple weeks are super, super busy for us. This was an important match that we really wanted to win. We're starting up the next season of UASL, which we actually got first in that like 2 weeks back. So we're going on back-to-back wins right now.
All right.
So there's a lot of motivation moving forward. We have a lot of show matches that we're hosting. Team Gravity Fight Nights, we're inviting players. In fact, we're inviting Root Puck to our next one to play against one of our Zerg's Krios. And we're having other top-level players in there like Neeb and just all top GM players. So actually next Saturday, we have that show match on the 28th. and that should be a lot of fun. So we got a lot of different activities and really keeping the guys busy. So I hope they don't get too tired. But winning definitely keeps that motivation up for sure.
If anything, it looks like playing a lot and being tired definitely works to their advantage. I mean, especially the last comments I have is just like, so I mean, as we're going to this, we're like, wow, is Team Gravity going to be on the disadvantage because they're playing 2 rounds right in a row, which is a lot of games, but they do have a bigger roster, and YMCMB's coming out fresh after just kind of sitting back and watching, sipping some drinks, and so does that, I mean, the answer maybe is obvious, but do you feel that advantages your team as opposed to, having the downtime between?
I think it definitely does. Whatever it may be about the guys on Gravity, it seems like when it's on the line and their team's really counting on them, they're a whole nother level. Korean Air, for example, Semper tonight, Serenity came back when he was down and had to win 3 PvPs in a row, which is always a weird situation. So I think they definitely perform under pressure really well, and this is just another example of that.
Well, it's been a pleasure to cast you guys throughout this league, and tonight especially. Troy, do you have any more questions for this fine gentleman?
No, I'm all out, unless you have any specific shout-outs you want to do.
Yeah, give us some shout-outs.
Well, first off, I really want to thank you guys for having us here. This was an awesome event, and we look forward to the World Finals or whatever it's called. And tonight was just intense. I'm a little brain dead. I'm all sweaty. I actually need to take a shower. I was so nervous during these games. I guess I just want to thank everybody else in chat for watching. It seemed like there was a lot of people out there cheering for us, and I'd like to invite you guys to make sure you come to our next match in the SC2CTL, as well as give us a follow on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Team Gravity Official, and follow us on Twitter. It's at Team Gravity SC2. You can keep up with all of our events there. And lastly, I guess I also want to remind you guys to come check out our show match next Saturday. We'll have all of our guys, 3 of our guys playing. It'll all be top-level games, and that's hosted by a local organization to me, Tampa Esports. So a lot of good stuff coming up, and I guess I'm just really super excited. I'm probably rambling, but
no, I mean, I can totally understand. You have every right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
You guys were awesome, and thanks a lot for this awesome tournament. And I definitely think it really feels good to take out a roster like YMCMB.
You guys should be very proud. Wear your heads high, especially going into this World Final. So, huge congratulations to you and every other team that participated. Fantastic matches tonight, and you'll want to check out the VODs on those. But with that, I think we'll be signing off with Martin here, the captain of Team Gravity, after they take out the victory against a very formidable YMCMB. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys.
Take care.
Thanks. Any final words, Troy?
No, I'm good. So I'll talk to you guys later. Great job casting tonight. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Yep, thanks.
All right, so as we are going to be wrapping up, do stay tuned for those World Finals. Those are not actually scheduled just yet, but if you follow SC2CTL on Twitch or Twitter, or follow either of us, you will be the first to know as soon as we know when that will be scheduled. And yeah, we appreciate your viewership this evening and throughout the day. It has been a blast hanging with you.
Absolute blast.
It's been a lot of fun, Mr. Wingnut.
I love it when these matches just instill energy in us and the crowd.
Absolutely.
And everybody. It's just been fantastic. Follow at Wingnut SC, at Galligation to keep tabs on us and what we'll be doing going forward. And also follow at SC2CTL. Keep a follow on this Twitch channel. It's been a pleasure being with everyone tonight. And so you know, VODs will be online, and you will want to see those VODs.
They were pretty cool. As it is after 9:30, you may have one more chance to get an entry into that contest to win those 2 T-shirts and 2 tumblers. So be sure to tweet at SC2CTL, hashtag SC2CTL finals, and we will be getting that those prizes out to the winners. We will be contacting you as soon as those drawings are done.
Yep, just pop the info for that in chat. And you know, do check out the VODs. There's some great games in the finals there. It's youtube.com/WingnutStarcraft. Subscribe, and it will take us a couple days to get those up as there's a lot of matches to go through. But you will be notified, and they will be awesome. And with that, this is Wingnut SC and
Delegation signing out.
Have a great night. Thanks for joining us.